Hi, I'm Nia Young with the BA Childhood and Youth Studies programme here at Bangor University. We're currently all at home maintaining social distance, which means that we're not able to have open days with you at the moment, but we still want to tell you about the course that we offer here. So I'd like to speak to you a little bit about what we do in childhood and youth studies and the kinds of careers you might be looking to go into afterwards. Our site, where we're based in Childhood and Youth Studies, is on the banks of this fantastic strait that you can see in the background behind me, which is the background I'm using to hide my actual my home work environment from you. So on the BA Childhood and Youth Studies programme, we are an interdisciplinary, rigorous academic and international field of study. And what we're interested in really is anything that explores the world of children and young people. So that can involve education, the psychology, the sociology of childhood and youth, politics, geography, any topics at all that really bring us more information about what it's like to be a child or young person at the moment. The course is run as a single honours course. It runs both through the medium of English and through the medium of Welsh. We also offer joint honours courses, so if you're interested in studying alongside sociology, social policy, psychology or Welsh, those are options that we can offer for you. In terms of the content of the course, as I said, we cover anything and everything that relates to children and young people, but in particular we look at ideas to do with development, so how children progress from those first stages of life to becoming an adult. We look in particular at adolescence. We talk about the family, about the school experiences. We talk about society and its impact on childhood and youth and the experience of being a child or a young person. We also look at issues to do with mental health, with substance abuse, with special educational need and inclusion, the whole range really of experiences that children and young people might have today. And we do all of that through a lens of children's rights. So a lot of the focus that we have is about the rights that children have in our current society and how we can ensure that children's rights are really being promoted and maintained throughout our world. We have a range of lecturers. I'm one, but there are many of us working together on this course, and we come from very different backgrounds. So some of us are from a psychology background, others are from a sociology background, others come from within education. Our experiences vary widely, and that means we can really bring a whole package of ideas and histories and research expertise to what we're teaching, and to what you will gain from the course. It also means that we offer an opportunity for you to match that course to what you want to do in the long term. So there are options along the way, different pathways that you might want to focus on that will really feed into a range of different careers. Students who study with us undertake a number of modules each year, but they also get involved in research of their own. And so our undergraduate research topics give our students an opportunity to get involved in depth with the topics that really matter to them. So for example, gender and identity in childhood, or learning of literacy, children's rights again, and how we promote those in schools. Ideas to do with the way that parents interact with children and the stories that we tell them and how they might impact children's experiences, as well as how children might learn to lie, how they might develop in terms of different mental health issues, and the kinds of experiences that children in various situations have. So children who've moved into a new country or who are transitioning from family to family are all topics that can be investigated. One of our main questions and the first things that we talk about really are ideas about what childhood is. And some of the things that we do then are question ideas that we take for granted, maybe about a notion that childhood is universal or that there is a perfect childhood to be had. And those kinds of discussions help us to explore the wider research areas and to think about how our views of children and young people might impact the way that we work with children and young people in our future lives. In terms of other opportunities on the course, the university offers plenty of options for volunteering, to get involved with internships, to work on projects, work alongside researchers. We also offer placements on the course, so there's an opportunity within the course to observe children and young people in various settings and with various purposes in mind, and engage with work placement elements as well if you choose to. We hold regular conferences, and these are really aimed at bringing people and experts from across the world together to talk about issues to do with young children's experience. We've held conferences around bilingualism and the impact on education. We've held conferences that are interdisciplinary, to bring people who are researching childhood and youth together from across the disciplines to make sure that there's that communication happening. We also work very closely with the Wales Observatory on Human Rights of Children and Young People, and as part of that work we are constantly working with schools and other agencies to ensure that children's rights are being promoted throughout their work. So we're currently constantly involved in ongoing work with children and young people. Part of that work has involved hosting youth summits on different topics. We've held 2 youth summits here in Bangor now about the climate change, and we're developing those ideas as we speak, really. And the aim of this is to bring children and young people into the university directly to make sure that we are responding to their needs. So we're also making sure that we are respecting children's rights as we go. So in terms of what you might want to do after the degree, our students go on to a range of different careers and further study options. These include the postgraduate certificate in education, master's qualifications in social work or in education studies, looking at work with play therapy, in counselling with children and young people, speech and language therapy, occupational therapy, play therapy, the voluntary sector as well, and working with NGOs, promoting children's rights through advocacy, and a lot of the work beyond that. So a lot of the jobs that our students may go on to involve taking the transferable skills they've learned with us into areas they might not have considered before, in terms of working with local councils, local authorities, different businesses within museums, zoos, anywhere really that children are going to access. But these skills go beyond only working with children. They are transferable to a whole range of other areas too. So in terms of deciding whether childhood and youth studies is the place for you, I think we have a very exciting course with a range of topics that means there's something of interest to almost everyone. And if you're the kind of person that's willing to question all sorts of things, that you're interested in children's lives and you have a passion for making children's lives better, then this course is definitely one for you. Thank you very much. Bye.